2 of the beginner makeup series. Today we will be reviewing the quick eyebrow overview, makeup tools, primer, setting spray, foundation, and concealer. I hope you ladies enjoy. I'm not going to go into deep detail about my brows because so many people have so many different shapes and arches and so many different preferences. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave these clips in showing you guys how I do my brows, especially with a smaller pencil like this one by LA Girl. But I'm not going to go into too much detail, guys. Brows is something you definitely are going to have to research yourself. There's plenty of YouTube videos on here to follow that match your shape or match your preference, whether it's a pencil, whether it's pomade, whatever you have a preference for, or the look that you prefer. This is definitely going to give you a more wispy look, definitely much more on the natural side versus using a pomade. So this is a brush that is a dual brush, and it's particularly for your eyebrows. So as you can see, one side has a spoolie and the other side has a angled brush. The angled brush is more so for pomades, but you still can definitely use it if you do use a pencil. But as you can see, the spoolie on this brush is a little bit bigger, and since I like my eyebrows fuller, the size of it is just better for me. But the one on that LA Girl pencil worked just fine. Just have to do a little bit more work, but I cheated a little bit and grabbed this brush. I would definitely suggest getting one of these later. This is not something that you have to go out and grab immediately. So before we get started, I just wanted to quickly I just want to quickly talk about makeup tools. I forgot to mention this, so I really want to make sure that I'm very detailed in this video for you ladies, so you know exactly what's going on, why it's going on, and all of that. So obviously there's so many types of makeup tools, so many companies that make makeup tools. And when I say makeup tools, I mean makeup brushes, blenders, beauty blenders, just all the tools, not the actual cosmetics that you use, but the tools that you use to apply the cosmetic. So for me particularly, I obviously use brushes, and I also do use beauty blenders, but I prefer to use a beauty blender to apply my setting powders and my foundation. So since that is the next step, I'm gonna go over why I use a beauty blender as opposed to a brush. So e.l.f. Cosmetics has these amazing sponges, or what most people will call beauty blenders. Here they are, and I believe these $6. I believe this is $6. So guys, you're gonna get 2 beauty blenders. They are a nice size for $6, and I will confirm the actual price of it so you guys know specifically. But this is a great alternative to higher brands, and especially someone that is just starting off in makeup. You definitely want to get prices that are affordable, especially since you're going to be practicing more and more. And the better you get and the more understanding you get, then that's when you can go ahead and go out and spend bigger bucks. I always say start low and then build up. Most of the time, the higher brands and the more affordable brands have some of the same manufacturers. So just because it's a little bit cheaper does not mean it doesn't work, okay? Now, my favorite beauty blender is actually by Real Techniques, and it is actually their body blender. So and it's filthy, guys. I have to wash it. But here is what I usually use when applying my foundation. It's huge, and I just love it because it's getting all over my face. It's getting areas that I might not even see that I'm getting, and I really love that about it. So you see that this is filthy, right? So you need to wash your beauty tools. You have to wash these. Like, I am actually going to take the entire rest of my day and wash my brushes, wash my beauty blenders. I think I actually need to throw a few of these away because I have a ton of these, but they're like breaking or whatever. So you don't want that because you want your makeup to be smooth. But yes, definitely make sure you wash your tools. And if you guys want a video of how I wash my tools, I can definitely do that. Just comment down below and let me know. So back to these beauty blenders. Here are the sponges. I guess I can just call them sponges, beauty sponges that we are going to be using today. So we've already talked about determining what your skin type is, and also primers. So as I stated before, I have combination skin, so I'm not going to use a primer that's for hydration. I'm not going to necessarily use a primer that's matte either. My preference is setting powder. I love setting powder. I just love how it gives me this flawless finish when I apply my foundation. Now remember, if you do have strictly dry skin, I definitely would not suggest you using the setting powder for your primer. It's going to make your face even more drier, and that could be an absolute disaster. So if you have dry skin,
this technique is not for you. However, again, there's so many primers out there on the market for you, and you want to make sure that whatever primer you choose to use, it's giving you some type of hydration. Now, for my oily girls or my combo girls, I am a combo girl again, this is a great technique to use. I would definitely say try it out, see how you like it. It may seem a little bit weird on your face, especially if you're just now getting into makeup and you're not used to too much on your face, but I would definitely try this. And the trick is using the correct products, using the products that aren't gonna bog you down or make you feel too heavy on your face. Now, my all-time favorite loose setting powder for this technique is the Morphe loose setting powder in the color Rich. Guys, I love this. I keep like 2 or 3 of these on hand just so I do not run out, because I'm using this almost every single day. I absolutely love it. Now, this does retail for $12, so it is still extremely affordable. It's not like this is $30 or $40 or $50. This is very affordable. But I wanted to try something that was even more cheaper than 12 bucks, because I'm trying to keep this entire routine under a certain amount of money. So, but you know, once you become a little bit more advanced, or you find out that you absolutely love this technique with using loose setting powder under your foundation, I would definitely suggest copping this baby, okay? Copping it. It's definitely a staple in my collection. Loose setting powder that we are going to use today that is on the more affordable side is the Maybelline Fit Me. This is their loose finishing powder in the color 35 Deep. Now, they do have a I would say a pretty fair shade range in this loose setting powder. I have tried number 40. I have tried number 40 dark, and it was just too dark for me up under my foundation. And then I also tried number 30. Here's number 30 in the color Medium Deep, which was also too light for me. So I did end up finally finding number 35 Deep. So I'm hoping this is a good match for me. It definitely should be. Usually if something is, it definitely should be. I did swatch this. I have seen other people use it, so this is gonna be a first time try for me. But guys, it's definitely affordable, and ladies that are oily to combo skin, try this technique out. So I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I do. If you see, as I'm applying this, it's starting to blur out my imperfections. So as you can tell, I do have some dark spots here. And what this is going to do is start blurring some of those imperfections out. So a primer's job is to blur your pores. It's also going to assist, like I said, if it's a particular type of primer, like a hydrating primer. If it's a hydrating primer, it's going to assist in bringing some hydration into your face. If it's a matte primer, it's going to assist in mattifying your face. But its main job as a primer is to be a barrier between your skin and your makeup. So this is the first layer as a barrier to your makeup. So I know I'm looking kind of light right now, but that's totally okay. We have not applied our foundation yet, but this is definitely the color that I need. It doesn't match me perfectly, but it doesn't need to, because again, I'm just using it as a primer or barrier when I'm prepping my skin for foundation. Now, this powder is very, very lightweight. It doesn't feel like I put anything on my face. It feels really, really nice on my face. So again, if you have oily to combo skin, I would definitely suggest you pick up this powder. So yeah, I'm looking like real casket ready. And that's another thing with loose powders and things like that, most of the time it will work. You just have to make sure that the powder's formula is right for you. You don't want a powder that's super, super heavy. You don't want a powder that, I don't know, you just have to make sure the formula is right. You want a nice, lightweight formula. That way, nothing feels overwhelming on your face. So let's get into foundation.
So here's the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy Plus Smooth Foundation. This one is going to be for my dry skin girls. This is a great affordable option. Next we have the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, which is good for my oily and combo girls. And the one we're going to be going with today is the Maybelline Superstay Foundation.
So before we apply our foundation, I just want to make it very clear that it is so important that you dampen your beauty blender. If I was just to apply my foundation to my face dry right now, it's going to start lifting up the powder that I put on here originally, and it's also going to leave these weird patches on your face. And now remember, you're also going to be layering other things on top of your foundation, so you want to make sure your beauty blender is dampened, not drenched, not soaking, just dampening. Now what I use to dampen my beauty blenders is my setting spray. So whatever setting spray I'm using for that day or the week or the month or whatever, I just spray a couple sprays of it on my beauty blender to dampen it. You don't need a lot of water or whatever you're using. Make sure that you dampen it. That way everything blends and smooths out on your face correctly. So today I am using the Milani Make It Last setting spray. I'm a huge fan of their setting sprays. This one in particular is their new one, and it actually has sunscreen infused in it, which is so awesome. It has the SPF of 30, guys. I'm so excited that brands are starting to realize that SPF is for everyone and it's extremely important for everyone, and I love that they are starting to infuse it into things like setting powders and foundations and things like that. So I think that's extremely important and it's extremely cool. Now this is kind of on the pricier side when you think of drugstore. I guess for me anyway, when I think of drugstore, I literally think of $10 and under, guys. Like honestly, I do. And then I guess once you hit 11 and up, you know, I feel like it starts to become more like, you know, classy or drugstore, you know what I mean? Then when you hit 30 and up, then you're high end, okay? So this is like about 13 bucks. I will put the actual price of it on there, but it's amazing. It's definitely a good buy, especially since it has that sunscreen infused in it. So not only did we apply sunscreen when doing our skin routine, remember, make sure you apply that sunscreen. This is just giving us an extra booster, okay? So what I'm going to do is take my beauty blender and I'm just going to squirt this about 2 to 3 times. Look at that. Get all of it in there. And now your beauty blender is dampened. Like I said, it does not have to be soaking wet. So let's apply this foundation.
Most foundations I use, I just start with 2 to 3 pumps. And if I need to go back in and add more, I go ahead and do that. And I just love to first put small dots of the foundation all over my face, just to get it distributed evenly as possible. And then I go ahead and go back in and start blending. Remember, I have all of my foundation shades listed down below in the description box for your reference.
This foundation is amazing. I absolutely love it so much. I've been using it for years, guys, and it has literally never let me down. I love it because it's cheap. It has very, very nice coverage, and it's just very, very reliable. So definitely something I would have a part of my collection. Now guys, this is full coverage, but again, you can balance that with how much you put on, or you can always opt for one of the other Fit Me foundations that will give you a little bit less coverage. And guys, remember, you can always build your foundation. So what I mean by build is if you put on the first layer and it's just not giving you the coverage that you want, you can definitely go in with a second layer. There's no rules against that. But yeah, this is again the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Foundation. So for my ladies with oily skin, this full coverage matte concealer by e.l.f. it's a part of their camo collection. I believe it's about $6. This is a must have. This is extremely comparable to a lot of the foundations on the market that are $20 and up. Guys, this is amazing. The applicator is amazing. It's just something that you must have. I even have it in my collection, especially those times when I want a very matte face. It's about to be fall season. It's about to be cooler outside. Nobody wants to be walking around in the fall and winter with a dewy face. We're not on the beach right now. We cozy inside of the house, okay? So this matte concealer, again by e.l.f. is an amazing product. For my matte and combo skin girls, this baby is what you need right here. As you can see, I'm almost done for in this, but this is the e.l.f. hydrating camo concealer. So the black top in this collection is the matte and the white top is hydrating. Make sure you know that when you go to the store to pick these up, because depending on your skin type, again, for the oily girls, you're gonna want to get the matte one. For my combo to matte girls, you're wanting to you need to go get the hydrating one, okay? So today, lo and behold, since I am a combo girl, and really I could use both of these, but since it's still summer, it's gonna be fall in like what, 2 weeks, but it's still summer, I'm gonna go ahead and use my hydrating one. I'm just gonna empty out the rest of this bottle because it's almost done for. These are the areas of your face that you want to be highlighted. Now, it's up to you what area on your face you want to be highlighted, but for the most part, most people go for up under their eyes to brighten that area up. They'll go with the middle of their forehead, down on their chin, and at the bridge of their nose to slim everything out. Most people are trying to slim out their face, so you can definitely do that with contouring. Some people just want to highlight, get those cheekbones up higher. But guys, as I stated, you are sculpting your face. So your face is already there, okay? But you're just sculpting it out and kind of manipulating it a little bit to be more sit up, you know, a little bit slimmer. Like I said, whatever particular look that you're going for. So for me, I already have a slim face. I have this diamond shaped face already. I do have high cheekbones. Thank you for the good genes. But I do like the areas I do like certain areas on my face to be highlighted, just to bring those areas out a little bit more. So I am going to start highlighting, well, I'm going to start concealing those areas that I want to bring out a little bit more. So boom. So what you're gonna do is go right up under here. Now, so many people do it so many different ways. what I like to do is just kind of make a line across and go up under. That's literally what I do. Some people do a triangle, but just for beginners and just until you figure out exactly what look you're going for with this contouring thing and what you're trying to accomplish, I would definitely just do it this way just to start off. Let's just start with the basics, okay? So I'm going to go a little bit further down to my nose, and then I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. And I'm running out, guys, so I got a scoop. Now, it's a really good idea to let this concealer dry down a little bit. Remember, we're laying this on top of our foundation. So the last thing we want to do is to start blending this, and it starts picking up the foundation up under our face. It has happened to me and it's not cute. So we want to let this dry down. For this concealer, I would say probably about a minute. So I know things are starting to look real crazy right now, and it's about to get even more crazier. But as you guys can see, those areas on my face are now highlighted. Obviously you can still see my foundation there, but those particular areas you can notice, you notice a highlight, and my face is brought out a little bit more in those areas. Trust me, it's all gonna make sense.
So that is all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comment down below, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next one. Bye.